Hello guys, this is Zikra and in this video I will discuss about the definition of tort vs what is the distinction between tort and crime. First of all, we have to discuss what is tort. Tort is a very confusing term. Tort is actually the word tort comes from Latin word tortum, which means to twist. Okay, first of all, tort is a civil wrong, which is not crime, comes under the definition of tort. But all the civil wrongs is not a tort. There is a very many type of differentiation between tort and crime. Crime is actually wrong against the society, whole society. It is wrong against the state. So and the tort is only wrong against the private individual. So in the tort, since tort is a private wrong, so the injured party himself has to file the suit as a plaintiff, whereas in the case of criminal law, even though the immediate victim is an individual, but the crime committed is considered to be against the whole community, a wrong against public at large, of wrong against the state. Hence, the criminal proceedings are never brought by the injured party, but by the state. Okay, and for one more distinction is in crime there is given by court punishment is given to the accused, but in the tort there is no definition of punishment. There is no concept of punishment, only damages are given, which is unliquidated damages. As we have to consider the definition given by Samand. Samand says it is a civil wrong for which the remedy is common law action for unliquidated damages and which is not exclusively the breach of contract or breach of trust or other merely equitable obligations. So, what is the unliquidated damages? Liquidated damages. Unliquidated damages is merely which can't be measured, which can't be predetermined, which is not countable. It is determined by the court. So it is not predetermined, just like a law of contract. In the contractual, there is distinction also between the law of contract and law of tort. Contract is between only the two parties, and two parties themselves create obligations and law for themselves. And it is law of contract is right in persona, where the law of tort is right in rem, the right against the whole society. Just like I own a property and the ownership of my property, my right of ownership is against the whole world. The other society members can't interfere in my right to enjoyment of the property. It is a right in rem, but in the contractual rights, the right is only against the two parties, the contractual parties. Just like a contract with B. So B's right is against A and A's right is against B. So this is the definition, and this is the definition. Now we come to the definition of Saman, who says law of contract is a civil wrong. Remedy is common law action for unliquidated damage, as I told you, and which is not exclusively the breach of contract or breach of trust. So Saman confined the definition of tort, which is not breach of trust or which is not the law breach of contract is come under the law of tort. It is a tort. And now we comes to the definition of Winfield. Winfield says tortious liability arises from a breach of duty primarily fixed by law. This duty is towards persons generally, and its breach is redressable by an action for unliquidated damage. So it is Winfield says that the tortious liability arises from a breach of duty which is fixed by law. Law already fixed some duty, and its breach is law of tort. Is breach is tort. So and the redressable damages which is given by court is unliquidated damages. Okay, now we come to the point of Fraser stated it is an infringement of a right in rem. As I told you earlier, what is right in rem and what is right in personam. It is an infringement of a right in rem of a private individual giving a right of compensation and a suit of the injured party. So when there occurs a right infringement of a right in rem of a private individual, it is a tort. So there in the whole law of tort or any tort book, you can't see the definition of tort, because tort is not defined anywhere, but it is defined somewhere, and where it is defined in the Limitation Act 1963, clause 2M of the section 2M of the Limitation Act defines the law of tort. So tort means civil wrong, which is not exclusively a breach of contract or breach of trust. First tort is a civil one. So